the NFL head coach firings have continued. All right, Dougie P's gone. Antonio Pierce gone. Gerard Mayo gone. Um, I know this isn't a head coach, but you remember the Tennessee Titans GM, the one they made that social media clip when he walks in the building and the whole facility, everyone's there. Every single human being that works in that building is there, clapping it up for him. Yeah, welcome. We're going to change culture here. We're going to see something great. Yeah, that was performative. Gone. So, oh my God. I mean, Dougie P in Jacksonville gone is crazy to me because he's a great head coach. And I'm not a big fan of him, especially what he did in Philly to keep the Giants out of the playoffs. That game was a sham, and he should be ashamed of himself. Everyone in the Eagles organization should be ashamed of themselves, and they never deserve to win the Super Bowl based off that performance alone, ever again. But he's a good head coach, and he should have a job before the NFL draft starts. If he doesn't, the NFL is very unserious. So, here's the thing about firing head coaches, especially in the NFL. They have guaranteed contracts. Whether they're on your roster or not, you're going to be paying these head coaches until your contract's up. So that means when you go hire the next head coach, you'll be paying 2 head coaches. Plus all your play. Like, it's so dumb. It is so dumb how this works, man. And Tennessee, again, I know this is not head coach, but I still want to talk about it. Over and over again has proven why they're completely inept in what they're doing. I promise you they're trying to tank on purpose to sell that team or something. Because I just don't... Like, for example, there is no reason... Like, we'll see in the draft. Whoever Tennessee... Because they have, like, the second or first pick? I forgot what pick they have. They have top 3 pick because Giants is number 3. So they have number 1 or 2. I think they have number 1. And then Giants have 3. And then Browns have 2. I think that's how it's going. Either way, whoever they pick in the draft will tell you exactly who they are. Because it should be either Shador, Travis Hunter. If it's anyone outside of that, they're very unserious. Unless they trade their pick, but they need everything. So they need help. Or maybe even Ashton Genty. Who knows? They need to pick someone serious because this is very unserious. This is very unserious what they're doing. So back to the head coaching. Dougie P should get a job. I think he should go to the Raiders because I think that the Raiders are way low. They screwed that up. Maybe, but they can still they could and they very well should trade up in the draft. And here's the thing about firing head coaches when you have a very high draft pick is that next draft pick is going to determine a lot of jobs for a lot of people moving forward and a lot of culture, a lot of winning, a lot of things. And when you don't have someone in place to select that quarterback that they actually want, you're going to end up with a Brian Flores situation where he wasn't high on Tua. He hated the fact that his job was dependent and tied to Tua. And ultimately, it cost him. As long as Tua is on the Miami Dolphins, it's going to cause Mike McDaniel as well. I think that's what his name, the Dolphins head coach. He's going to be next because Tua is playing like some ass. And the injuries. There's a lot of... Tua, not only Tua, but mostly he cannot stay healthy for various reasons. And it's getting annoying now. And with that extension, no. Got guarantee a lot of teams would have paid him, regardless, but it would have ended up the same. Results for Tua where he went. I don't like. So yeah, Dougie P should get a job with the Raiders. Antonio Pierce raw in the deal, just like Gerard Mayo's gone. It's hard to overturn a franchise. It's hard to build a winning franchise from pretty much scratch and also based off a bunch of losing seasons, right? I know people look at Harbaugh, what he did in with the Chargers. I almost called them San Diego Chargers, the Los Angeles Chargers. What homie for the Washington Commanders did. I don't know why his name is escaping me right now, man. The former Falcons head coach, former defense coordinator for the Cowboys. what they did is not the standard. Like, it doesn't happen that often, that quickly, right? And also, I want to make it very clear as well that something that's underrated. The teams were already in place. They just needed two things, and that is a quarterback and a veteran head coach. That's what these teams needed. The Chargers, for 4 years, had everything needed in place, offense and defense. They just wasted years with Brandon Staley and homie before that, I forgot his name. Because the coaching, the time management, you can tell when a bad head coach is there. And one of the signs to me of a bad head coach is time management. If you cannot get your time management together, and you had like 2-3 seasons of that, you're done. You're done, bro. You were never meant to be there to begin with. And we're seeing a lot of terrible time management situations. I don't understand how you're that bad as a head coach of time management. You cannot take the timeouts with you, but that's a whole different discussion. Basically, it's scapegoating. They're like, the owners are like, you know what? I want a different head coach, but that's not in this cycle right now. So, and the quarterback, and just the draft position, picks, the right coach, we don't have that right now, but we need someone. So I'm going to hire you until that person is on the market, which that person right now seems to be Mike Vrabel, which I believe all signs are pointing is going to go straight to New England to be their head coach. Jerome Mayo got a raw end of the deal, man. I mean, he's going to get his guaranteed money like they all will, but he got the raw end of the deal because I don't know if he gets another head coaching job again. Because I'm not going to lie, he had a lot of issues, a lot of like minimum head coaching stuff that needed to be done, and he just was not cutting it at all. So he's the only head coach where I'm like, okay, I can see why you would fire him, but still giving him one season with Jacoby Brissett Drake May is really bad, with no receiving at all, no running, no anything, and a really subpar defense. I just don't like that. Antonio Pierce, the players loved him, was behind him. I don't think he lost the locker room. But when you force him to have Gardner Minshew and AOC as his quarterback, I mean, what do you? Gardner Minshew keeps getting these contracts, bro, and I don't understand. He's not. Anyway, so Dougie P. Trevor Lawrence regressed to the level that I didn't even think was possible. Remember him coming out of high school. Remember him in Clemson coming into the draft. He was like the highest rated prospect we've ever seen in the history of the world. Well, that's why prospect grades don't really mean shit, because Trevor Lawrence has played like ass. As soon as he got the contract, he played like ass. And first and foremost, I hope he gets it together, because the next head coach is going to lose their job if Trevor Lawrence can't get it together. And he will be shipped out of Jacksonville. He will cost a lot of people jobs. I've met Trevor Lawrence in person. I've talked to Trevor Lawrence in person. I wish nothing but the best for Trevor Lawrence. And it hurts me. Like, he's genuinely a great dude. And it hurts me. It really does hurt me to say this, because he's such a good dude. But I have to be fair about his play. He was awful, and I think he was being serious about it. He would also say he played really bad this season. Now, he is not the sole reason for the Jacksonville Jaguars being this trash. There is a lot of blame to go around, and a lot of pieces they need. But he has to play way better. He can't, for the amount of money they gave him, and for what he represents and how serious he takes this craft, he cannot play like that. Quarterbacks get their head coaches fired. Offensive coordinators fired. Caleb Williams. So there's a lot of jobs out there for head coaches. I think Mike Vrabel goes to New England because of his ties. I don't like that. If I strongly believe that the Bears should go get Mike Vrabel, in my opinion. I understand the Pete Carroll appeal. I don't necessarily think that's the best option. I think Mike Vrabel is one of the best head coaches available right now. But Pete Carroll is available. And what he's done with his record with young quarterbacks and all that stuff, if that's what you want to do, especially with Geno going out in, I can understand it. And if Pete Carroll is truly dialed in and you feel like he can give you a couple of years of solid head coaching with his age and everything, then cool. go for it. If he has that fire, go for it. But if he doesn't, even for a little bit, you don't see that fire in his eyes, you got to go with Mike Vrabel, man. He's a damn good head coach. He should never been fired in Tennessee to begin with. So yeah, I don't like how it's turned out. I really don't. I hate it. We'll see what happens. The Browns. I mean, Kevin Stefanski kept his job. Look how long of a leash he's had. And that should be the standard. But no. If you look a certain way, you get one or two. Look what they did with Lovie Smith, man. Man, that Lovie Smith curse is real, dog. That Lovie Smith curse is real, dog. If CJ Stroud and the Texans never be able to do anything again, that Lovie Smith curse is real. Comment, like, subscribe, share. Let me know below what you think about the head coaching firings. Let me know down below where you think they will go or who should go in their spots. I'll see you on the next one. NFL, stop firing your head coach after one season. It's very stupid.